Welcome back to This Week in the Garden. Again, I'm Rex Yarwood, nursery manager here at Rogers Gardens. We're out here in the rain today to take a look at some of the bare root roses that we just received. I want to share a few of the new varieties for this year, as well as my favorite rose of the year. Let's take a look. So before we go over some of the new varieties for 2011, I wanted to give you some information on how to pick out a good bare root rose. You want to look for a plant that has a nice open vase shape to it. You don't want a lot of canes that are kind of crossing each other, and that's going to make for a much more open, attractive plant later on. And then when you take this plant home, you actually want to do a little bit of further pruning on it. And you actually want to cut right at the bud here so that the buds that are coming out on the plant are pointing outward, and that's going to give you a much better shape on your plant in the long run. So this first rose we're going to take a look at is one of the double ARS winners for this year. Double ARS stands for All American Rose Selection. So these roses are planted in test gardens all throughout the country, and a number of independent judges judge these roses on all the qualities that make up a good rose, and only the ones that rank the highest become a double ARS winner. So one of those this year is Dick Clark. Now Dick Clark is almost like an improved Double Delight. They're very similar. The color on this one is a lot more vibrant, and instead of a white, it's more of a creamy yellow, and instead of the pink, it's a deep, rich rose pink. And this one, when it's budded up, the buds are almost a red-black. We actually were able to get one of these roses a year early, so we got to trial it in our rose garden here this year. And it's just a fantastic plant. Lori, who's our top rosarian here and used to own her own rose business as well, is really excited about this one for this year. So the next rose we're going to talk about is the other double ARS winner for this year. This one's a Floribunda called Walking on Sunshine. This rose has got some really high ratings. They're calling it one of the best roses for beginners. It's extremely disease resistant, forms a nice compact plant about 4 feet tall, and gets covered in these beautiful yellow ruffled blooms. There's been a couple of roses that have come out in the last few years that have these great ruffled edges to them. Really gives a nice effect to the plant. And this one is supposed to be particularly nice. So the last rose we're going to take a look at here is another hybrid tea. This one's called Grand Dame. Now the interesting thing about this rose is that it has the new rose genetics, meaning that it's disease resistant, vigorous plant, but it has the old rose form. So those tend to be almost like a cabbage form rose, a lot more ruffled. And then this one has that intense old rose fragrance as well. It's another one I'm really looking forward to growing in my garden. So it's getting wetter out here by the moment. We're going to call this a wrap. If you'd like any more information on any of the roses that we're going to have for 2011, please visit our website or just come see us at the store. We'd be happy to help you. See you next week. Now, double ARS is the American... It's not what it is. I gotta say that again. Okay.